Hello there. So today we're going to do another little tip. This is how I sometimes do a transfer of a design that I worked up on the computer, and then I get it onto my nice gessoed board. And I have this black gessoed board. If you follow my channel, you know that I like to do black gesso. On this particular piece, I am going to be filling in this area with some fabric mosaic. This will probably be in next week's video or whenever. Not really sure what the schedule is going to be. But anyway, so this is kind of the two products that I use. This one I bought at Blick. I got this at Blick, and it's graphite transfer sheets. There's 25 sheets in this pack. And, you know, you have to kind of store them correctly so that they don't get ruined, but you could use one paper again and again and again, so this pack could last you a really long time. So obviously the black is not going to work on the black gesso, and Blick did not have white transfer paper, so I went on to Amazon and I got some white transfer paper. These are a little bit smaller, as you could see, but it's fine for my 8x10 board. So I usually keep it in this pack. Sometimes it's hard to get them back in, but I like working with it inside this pack and knowing that it's going to be good. So it smells a little weird. And on one side you could feel that it's smooth, and the other side you can feel that, and I don't know what that smell is. It's almost like crayon smell. I'm not exactly sure. It's a familiar smell, but not totally sure what it is. But you would lay it down here and then lay your design on top and then trace. So how I do this is I mount my paper so that it doesn't move with some tape. I'm not going to trace the word pause because that's going to be done with a Cricut. So I'm just going to tack down this corner so it doesn't shift. But I'm still able to get in there and slide my transfer sheet in. And this works like a charm for all sorts of things. I don't do this on large canvases unless I'm just adding to a small area. Large canvases, I use a projector, and that is not cheating. That is definitely not cheating. I know most artists use a projector. It just is a time saver. Doesn't mean that we can't draw or we don't know what we're doing. Trust me. So anyway, this part is got to be straight, so I'm going to use my ruler to go over that area. And I always go over it twice just in case, because I want to be sure that when I lift everything up that it really transferred. And you can lift it and test, which I might do right now. Just going to peek under there. Yep, it is working just fine. And tracing a circle is challenging, but I don't care if it's not perfect. I'm going to make it perfect later. And I'm going to do these round cornered edges. So usually when I'm transferring something to a board like this, it may change when I'm working on the artwork. But and here's the circle. Sometimes I'll just sketch around, and then You know, if it doesn't look even when I'm creating the artwork, I'll make it look even. It doesn't mean that if you laid template down on top of it that it would match exactly, as long as it looks like a circle. I'm fine. If we wanted to do perfection, we would just keep with computers. I think when things look a little bit homemade, it's a little better, don't you think? I mean, yeah, we can, especially with today with AI, things can be perfect, but I think everyone appreciates a handmade piece of artwork. So I'm not too worried about AI taking over the world. Anyway, this will be done computer generated, because if I wanted to hand letter this, that's going to take me a really long time. I'm capable of it. It's just, especially on this size letter, it takes a long time. On my large paintings, I do it by hand. So I'm going to cut a vinyl, lay it down after I've created my background, and then put my black paint in. So I don't know if you're going to get to see that in that next video that I do where I create this artwork, but I'll try to get it all in. All right, let's lift this. So that looks pretty good. That is definitely good enough for me to get started. So definitely invest in some transfer paper. It is worth it. Absolutely worth it. What a time saver. There's other ways of doing this. You could use pastels. You know, you could turn this over and rub pastels over the back side of this. Like if you ever have a black gesso, sometimes I use a yellow pastel. You could, if it was white gesso, you can just use, I use a carpenter's pencil for that, where you just rub all over the back side and transfer. You have to press a little harder with that because but a carpenter's pencil is soft. I'm looking to see if I have one here that I could show you. Okay, so here's a carpenter's pencil. Actually, this one I got from an art supply store, so it says sketching pencil. But you'll see it has a big flat tip. You can't use a pencil sharpener. You have to use a blade to cut it. But this works great on. I'm gonna run that. So you could just scribble all around the side. It'd be much quicker than trying to use pencil, you know, obviously. So these come in handy. It's good to have in your little stash of supplies. If I could find one of these, I will link it below. This is a 4B, so it's nice and soft, and is specifically, I have it specifically for this purpose, and I have owned this one for a long time. I think I bought it when I was in art college, and I've never gotten rid of it. And obviously I don't use it that much, or it would have been like half the size by now. So I mentioned in the video earlier that it was possibly going to be next week that this artwork was going to be completed, but I posted it last week. So I'm a little out of order with my videos. So go check that out. I'll put the link in the description below, and I hope to see you next time. So don't forget, create, inspire, and share. Take care. Bye-bye.